All right, hope you guys are doing well, having a good night. I just wanted to talk about the DMV. I'm sure you guys have had to go there for whether it's car tabs, although most of the time you can just buy those online, or the biggest one is the title process. If you buy a motorcycle or if you buy a car, when you buy it, you have to take the old title and go to the physical place, and you have to basically show them the signed title with the buyer and the seller, and then you have to pay tax on the price, and then you have to pay all these fees like the registration fees, the administration fee, there's a license plate fee, there's all sorts of fees associated with just transferring the title of any vehicle, whether it's this motorcycle or a car. You get taxed on every single time you want to change the ownership. So it could end up being, more than 10%. Obviously, you have the tax, and then you have to pay all the tabs, and then the fees, like I said, associated with transferring the title. So it ends up being probably more than 10% of whatever you paid for the vehicle. So if you paid $10,000, you're going to pay probably more than $1,000 just in taxes and transfer fees to transfer your vehicle or motorcycle or boat or whatever it is. There's people in there today transferring their boat, right? So you have to do that if you want to have a legal vehicle every time you're buying or selling something. It just looks like a nightmare every time you go in there, right? There is a long line. You have to take a number. And we recently had one of these local, but it moved. It shut down, and it got consolidated to a different one. So now the one that is further away is even busier. It doesn't matter when you go. You could go on a Monday morning, you could go on a Wednesday afternoon, you could go on a Friday right before they close. It's just always busy. You're always going to have to wait. At least 30 minutes has been my experience, like as a minimum. And then you have like the average age of people in there, at least, most of the time I'm in there, is these people are so old. They don't have all their paperwork figured out. They don't understand like what they need to fill out. And so it just ends up taking a long time because they don't know what they're doing. And again, nothing against people that are older. It's just they don't really know what they need or what they don't need, and they have a lot of questions about the titling process or who's going to show up on the owner or what they didn't fill out correctly, like I said. And so the whole process just ends up getting dragged on, and you're just sitting there. And then you have someone that's with her kids, and the kids are running around the DMV. And again, they're kids, I get it. But you're just hostage. You're just sitting in a DMV or standing sometimes, and you just have to wait until they call your number. And the employees there look absolutely miserable. They don't want to be there. They don't want to help you. A few of them are on breaks, so there's like 20 people waiting to get serviced, and you only have 2 people working. And they're going to get to you whenever they get to you. Believe me, this is not a commission type job. Right? This is a government job. They are going to go as fast as they want to go, which is pretty dang slow. There's no incentive for them to help you faster, even though they're making a ton of money, right? You would think they'd want to be fast, and churn out all the business, get the license plate, get the tabs, get the title transfers, make that money, right? It doesn't feel like that at all. They kind of go at their own snail type pace. And the reason, I guarantee, is because they don't get paid. They don't care if they're getting $10,000 or $300 or $100 from someone. They're not making any money off of that, the employee. It's all going to the state, so they don't care. 2 of the people actually, like in the booths, it just looked like all they were doing was putting tabs and mailing them out. Like someone had paid for their tabs online, and they were just putting the thing in the envelope, thing after thing after thing, and they were going to mail it out. That was their entire day. And it just looked miserable. It just looked absolutely miserable because that's all they were doing. In fact, one of the guys had a sign there that said, let me just drop everything I'm doing so I can help you with your problem. And it was like almost meant to be sarcastic, right? Obviously. Like, I don't care about your problem, basically, is what he was saying. Like, he's going to get to it whenever he gets to it on his schedule. So I get it. It's probably not a very good paying job. The people in there were older that were working. They're very not, they deal with really probably interesting people all day long. So their morale is pretty low, and they don't. You get the sense that they don't really want to be there. And a few of them were like, there was a lady that looked to be probably in her 70s, easily. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, do you think she really is working at the DMV and dealing with all these people that are, wanting to get their car plates and upset and angry? Do you think she's doing that because she likes it? Probably not, right? She probably still has to work there because things are so expensive, right? She probably still has to have I don't know if she's full-time, but it looks like a completely miserable job. None of the people at when I was there for an hour or however long I was there, none of the people looked happy to be there at all, right? So my thing only took 5 minutes, maybe. It was a pretty simple thing, but you get someone in there, they start asking a bunch of questions. They have kind of a interesting case of needing to transfer some ownership of something, and they haven't filled everything out correctly. You could be in there for a while. So have you guys had experiences like that? What's your experience with the DMV? I hate going there. It's always a nightmare. You always have to pay more money than you want to pay just to get something in your name. And it's kind of like pulling your hair out. You're happy to get out of there because it's not fun going in there, especially when you have to wait for, up to an hour or even longer in many cases. So let me know what you think. You could subscribe for more, like the video. It would be great. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.